How's it going, guys? My name's Triple Shot. If you haven't noticed, they made an update to Halo 5 Guardians about 2 weeks ago, and they updated all the BTB maps, aesthetically and some layout-wise. They switched up some weapons. So today I'm going to go over all the changes with you in depth. So if you don't have access to Halo 5 right now, or you just want to know all the changes, this is the video for you. It will be a longer video, about 17 minutes. But in the description below, I do have the specific times for each map. So if you just want to know about one single map, like Basin, for instance, go in the description and there's the time so you don't have to watch the entire thing. With that said, this video took me way too long to make, so I hope y'all do enjoy, and let's just get right into this.
So our first map here is Entombed, and the old version, which I'll show now, is sandy, or like a space theme, and I wasn't that much of a fan of this map just because, I mean, it was below, not below, it was just above Boulevard. Boulevard's the lowest of the low. That map is terrible. But Entombed, it's very dull setting, and I didn't really feel like I got into the map whenever I played it. And I didn't feel like getting any high kill streaks because the only two weapons available was the binary rifle and the rocket launcher. And I don't like the binary rifle simply because of the fact that it's not a one-shot kill, and it's very hard to get multi-kill clips with. And the rocket launcher is just the same. It's very hard to get clips with. So, and the weapons have not changed. So here's the new version. The weapons have not changed, but the theme has changed heavily. It's switched to a jungle temple overgrowth style theme, and I'm a huge fan of this. I definitely like playing this map a lot more now, even though I can't get clips on it still, or it's very hard and limited to do so. But it is very aesthetically pleasing now to see the ruined temple. And I really like the rocket launcher spawn now. It's in a sort of cavern or rock structure. It's very, very cool. Very happy with this layout. So the second map here is Viking. Viking before was very open, and it's basically been the same layout since Halo 3 and Halo 4. And there's not much footage to show for this. It's very general. Everyone knows the layout of this map. So here's the new version. You can see they added these 3 beams on the left where the railgun spawns, and I'm pretty sure they changed it to a plasma caster. And I like this. I'm sorry, I like the structure. I'm a huge fan of that because you have more cover on the left side now, whereas it was very open before. But I wish it was still a railgun just because of the fact that you don't always get the sniper rifle. I love precision weapons or long-range style weapons, and so the railgun offered me that if I miss my chance of getting the sniper rifle at the beginning of the match. But yeah, not much has changed about this map, just that little side part and a few rocks and trees in the middle of the map to close off those long-range sightlines. But overall, I definitely like this version a lot better just because of the addition of the cover on the left and the middle. Moving right along, we have Guillotine, and this map didn't change at all except for this rampway part towards the sniper rifle underneath the what is it called? The road that's being built, and they also changed the lift by the rocket launcher, and they made the map darker. Another change that they made is the weapon spawns, and I'm not completely sold on why they did this because personally I thought the rocket launcher and sniper was very good. What sold it for me is the wasp change, and I know that the wasp was in there in the previous version, but if you played the game before that, it used to be a banshee, and the banshee was so good on this map. I always look forward to playing this map because I could always get clips with the banshee and not have to worry about using a very weak vehicle such as the wasp. I mean, the vehicle, it's just not built for this map. The map had a Banshee on it from the start from Halo 2, so I don't see why they would change it to a Wasp. And the Wasp is a very, it's a stationary vehicle, and so you can cover ground better with the Wasp, I feel, whereas the Banshee is more favored in the damage that it can deal. And for the map style, I think that the Banshee works better. But moving on to the change, they changed the weapons. So wherever the rocket launcher used to spawn is now a plasma caster, and where the sniper used to spawn is a saw. And now the sniper spawns on this little bridgeway over on the side where the active camo used to be, and now the active camo has turned into a overshield. I think I like the sniper spawn better now because it's more of a fight. It's a race between both teams versus one team just getting the sniper automatically. But I feel like I also liked it the other way because it was one team gets the Banshee / Wasp and one team gets the sniper, and it's this kind of tug of war type battle. But you know, it's not that big of a change. I do like it. I think I like this better just because you can both teams have a chance for the sniper rifle, which helps me because that's all I go for. So moving on to Boulevard, the worst map by far in the game, and now it's better. And the reason it is better is because now there's finally a sniper rifle on the map. So right now you see the old version, no sniper rifle, just a rocket launcher, and to me, any map without a sniper rifle is bad. So, here's the new version. Sniper rifle is right here on this bridge. So happy because now I can snipe on more maps, and this map is not, it's just, I don't cringe every time I see the map. I actually look forward to it because I've never used a sniper on the map, and so now I can actually get clips besides perfections with the Ghost. So great addition, and they really did a really good job with the aesthetics, the aesthetic change on this map because before it was very Lego type. It sounds kind of weird, but it looked like a third grader made the map, and now with all the lighting effects they've added and aesthetic details they've made to the buildings and surroundings, it really creates the environment, and you really feel like you are in a city. And I really like the overgrown effect right here. This part's pretty cool. Really cool addition. Mixes up the map, and I'm glad that they added the sniper rifle over all things. So yeah, moving on, we have Scavenger. And this map didn't change that much at all from what I can see. There's one part right here. Now you can go up, whereas before you couldn't. That's the only noticeable change that I saw. It's still rocket launcher in the middle, and I'm sure that some loadout weapons have changed. But overall, not much has changed on this map. You'll see it looks pretty much the same, just a few minor changes, and obviously overall they redid all the details because now they have 400 more blocks to work with. Moving on, we have Altar. Altar didn't change that much either. It really didn't change at all as far as layout goes, but they did change. You see before right here, you have the walls of the sand, and due to the limits of Halo 5's physics forge, the physics in forge, which physics is basically land pieces like trees, and like the sand, and so they had to stop it there. And now we'll switch over here. You can see that they made it go out more, and it looks very, very good. I'm happy they did this. It does make the map look a lot better, and again creates that atmosphere that we didn't have before. But yeah, Sniper's still there, Rocket's still there, Banshee and Laser, they're all still there because the map works very well with this. If 343 ever changes this Banshee to a Wasp, I will sell my Halo disc. Yeah, moving on, we have Basin. They did a really good job on Basin. I'm not sure that it was a necessary change having this grav lift here. Go up to it's like a watchtower. Because before you could still do this with this lift trick. I'll show it right here. You just thrust off the lift and get up here and then crouch on the edge. Now they made it part of the map, which is kind of interesting. It doesn't really do much, but yeah. They also changed the overall layout, like the land pieces and the rocks, and I think it's a better layout now. You definitely have more angles available, and some more closed off, which need to be closed off, such as whenever you're in the sniper tower, there's now cover going to the active camo, so you're not just hard scoping the camo. But yeah, overall, they also had this pelican here, which is, I guess that's aesthetically better. And then the inside of the actual main structure is really cool. They definitely redid that, made it look a ton better. It looks a lot more modern, and I'm a fan of that. It looks a lot more detailed. Basically, is all there is to say about it. Weapons are still the same: sniper, incendiary cannon, and active camo. So yeah, good update to this map. And let's get to the next map. So the next map is Deadlock, and this is one of my least favorite maps, simply because there is no sniper rifle. um, but I know a few people that are fans of this map. They're not sniper rifle based players, and so I'm glad this map did get an update. You'll see they added the. They really didn't add anything. They just retextured it. It's now grass, whereas before it was this ugly orange sand. I don't know what they were trying to get out of it. It was really ugly, and now it looks better. So here you can see that they improved the interior of both bases. It definitely looks a lot better and a lot more detailed and aesthetically pleasing. So great job with the aesthetics. Happy with the way this update turned out. And let's get right into the next one. Next map we have here is Recurve. I don't know how I feel about this one because I've only played it once, or I think twice maybe. I like the sniper spawn change that they made here. As you can see, the sniper used to spawn up in this tower, and now it spawns down by the old Gauss Warthog spawn. And this is, I think that this is a better change because making a sniper spawn in the place where the sniper will usually camp is usually a bad thing. And so having it spawn in like a bottom pit area where a sniper would not usually camp is better because you grab the sniper and now you have to get to where you want to camp. So it adds that little extra hint of danger to the snipers. So more challenge for me. But yeah, so I do like that change. They also added these bridges here in the center of the map, and I like this layout better. It's just I almost want like I almost want the sniper tower to stay and these bridges and the rest of the layout to be the same. I think the map looks a little bit uglier now. It looks a little bit more dull. So I'm not a fan of that, but overall it is a better layout, I guess you would say, because the sniper change is the biggest factor there. It definitely alters the gameplay of this map a lot. They also got rid of the Halo CE magnums that used to spawn here. Now they've changed it with brute plasma rifles. Not a fan of that because I used to get unfrigs with those pistols, and now I have to use something else. Unless there's somewhere else on the map, but again, I haven't gotten to explore this one as much as the others. Hopefully I can in the future. Next up here we have Fractured. This map, it got a small change in the fact that they now have icicles growing on the roof. And I think this looks nice. I like the little addition they added there. And I think that nothing else much has really changed. I like the light rifles here. I'll show it right now. The light rifles now spawn right next to the sniper rifles. And other than that, they haven't really made much change to the map. One noticeable difference, however, is these side parts on the bases. They now have a little indentation, and so the spawn you'll notice you will now spawn inside of there. As well as the ghost has been pushed back to spawn in that little hole as well. Also, this bridge here, the bridge design has changed, and I'm sure the buildings have also changed minorly, but nothing too major. Pretty simple update, but I'm glad they did it. I definitely like the new icicles and the overall aesthetic change of the map. Our next map here is Eagle Square. I really liked this map before. Because of the two snipers and the overshields in the middle, as well as the rockets underneath the overshields. I love that mix in the weapon layout. But one thing I hated was there was nowhere good to snipe. If you go on top of a base, there's just no angles to look at to snipe and get multi-kills. There was absolutely nothing. But now with this update, I was so happy. I found this grav lift in the back. And so I worked my way to the grav lift. I'm like, oh yes, this is a new part of the map. And so I go on the grav lift and I look left, and there it is, the beautiful sniping camp spot that I cherish so much. And so I get up there. You have sights on the entire map. I mean, you saw my last best moments montage. I got a clip up there. I was so happy that they added this location. You will definitely be seeing a lot more multi-kills now on this map, strictly because of this new addition for the snipers out there. So thank you. Thank you, 343, for adding a sniper location on this map. Huge fan of it. Also, the aesthetics have changed, and it looks a lot better, a lot more modern, a lot more city-like theme. So our last map here is Antifreeze, and you'll notice right off the bat that the layout has changed a lot. from the previous version. You can see now you have 2 scatter shots. They spawn underneath or inside the little caverns next to each base. And so versus before there was 1 scatter shot by the incendiary cannon, but now you have 2 on each side, or two total, 1 on each side. And then you'll see that the incendiary cannon has moved to this back lift. It's still in the middle, it's just in the back now. And then where the incendiary cannon used to be, there is now an overshield. And then active camo has gone all the way to bottom mid. And so that's the main changes weapon-wise. Or there's also the binary rifle has changed above where it used to spawn. But other than that, not much has changed. The layout has changed a lot, but nothing too major. It just looks very different off the bat, but after running around it in custom games, it hasn't really changed that much at all. Overall, I am a fan of the update. I'm glad that they made these maps better with the aesthetics and as far as the weapon loadout or layouts go. But one downside that I really hate is the frame rate drop. The frame rate gets ridiculous at some angles on these maps. You can see like here, it's kind of hard to see based off camera, but you can really see the frame rate drop in game, and you can feel it. So it's one downside that kind of bugs me, but it is good to see the new aesthetics and weapon layouts. So overall, I'm a fan of it. But yeah, I hope y'all did enjoy this comparison video. If you want more videos like these, like it up, subscribe for more, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.